Phil, anyway, we'd just like to get down to brass tacks a little bit, not to scare you.
Right.
All right. Just like to know how the recession is hitting Phantoms and hockey in general at the moment.
I think in general terms, it's like all leisure activities. It is undoubtedly having an impact on the gate receipts at the moment. We've seen it at other clubs where they're actually looking at their squads already, and you know, we can watch it for a few weeks and see how the things go, but you know, I think everybody's going through that sort of difficult scenario at the moment where can they afford to go to any sort of activity every week. So we're working hard to try and broaden the actual areas that we go to actually try and generate new fans to the sport. We're going out into the community, both schools, junior sports clubs, business workplaces and things like that, just in an effort to try and sort of hook those people to come maybe just once a month or twice a month, because I think it's the hardened fans that do turn out every week, and most of those are season ticket holders, so I think they purchased before the current credit crunch, but we're also now, as you've seen for the last couple of games here, getting better away support coming into the game because we're doing half price tickets, and thankfully most of the teams that we're working with are looking to reciprocate, so we'll hopefully be going to the likes of Sheffield and Slough and Bracknell, and the admission price for our fans will be £5. So I think all teams are trying to work together at the moment in an effort to try and deaden the pain as best we can.
I can understand that. Just I suppose without revealing numbers, how far down are crowds over?
I don't think the crowds are particularly down that much, but I think the ideal situation, you'd love to see another 75 to 100 paying adults in the building to make things comfortable for you. You know, I always have a wry smile when everybody laughs when a stick gets broken, but what they don't realise is a stick costs £100. You know, and there's a few facts out there that sometimes I think, you know, we need to tell people. I mean, like referees' fees are normally £300 a match, so you know, it's things like that all of a sudden there's a lot of hidden costs that you don't see, that when you actually sort of think, well, if we only had to worry about the players or we only had to worry about the ice rink, life would be so simple, but it's not all like that.
I can understand that as well. So what options are the club exploring to reduce the costs a little?
Well, I think realistically we've taken as many decisions as we possibly can cost-wise. It's just trying to generate more income. You know, we invite business partners to come along to matches to see what it's like for the first time. There are some high-profile people who do come through the rink, and all we have to do is just trying to keep working on them. You know, I think it's going to be a case now of trying to get more people who are prepared to put smaller amounts in than what it is trying to hook on one or two big sponsors, because I think times are hard out there for businesses as well, whereas they might find it easy to put forward £500 than what they would £5,000.
Yeah, well, obviously, just like obviously you mentioned a few of the away travelling initiatives for in reciprocation for us as well with other clubs. Are there any other initiatives that you haven't mentioned yet that you were looking at?
Yeah, we're also looking at working with charities in an effort to try and help them raise their own funds, but also sell tickets on our behalf. The idea would be that they sell tickets at a price, a certain amount comes to us and a certain amount goes to the charity, and they will hopefully be selling the tickets out to areas where we don't currently penetrate with the sport.
So are you looking at anything that would, I suppose, benefit both short and long term separately, perhaps?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of things that we do on a day-by-day basis that people don't also see, which is both schools and community programs. We're in the schools, we have children down here learning how to skate and things like that. So a lot of those sort of initiatives that employ some of my players do mean to say that part of their wages are covered from that activities.
Well, I mean, it's quite obvious that there's a lot of things going on kind of in the back office, and you know, a lot of work that you guys do. But is there anything you'd like to get to the fans out there about the work and kind of what to expect?
I think the thing is, from my point of view, is that it always does disappoint me a little bit when you actually look at literally the cars coming into the car park on a match night. And you see so many cars where there's just one or two people in, and it's like, just go out there, grab somebody else and bring them along for the first time and let them sort of see. But you know, I just ask that all of the fans that sort of subscribe or take copies of this, please just try and don't be complacent, because we're trying not to be complacent, but you've got to get as many people bums on seats as we can. and we're all working to that aim, which will make for a longer term stability for the club.
Thanks very much, Phil. Cheers.
No problem.
Thanks.
All right. Cheers.